Hey, what's up guys? Rev here. Today we're going to talk about a common topic on this channel, and that's China. More specifically, Chinese companies and how the anime industry as a whole is about to be under a lot of pressure from them following some recent developments. Because Chinese companies like Bilibili, for example, are not only massively wealthy and powerful, they are also strongly controlled by the Chinese government. Now some of you may be thinking to yourself, Rev, you degenerate mongoloid, why are you bringing up such a nuanced conversation on this channel? Well, as we've talked about in previous videos, the Chinese market is huge and very influential. When it comes to media and entertainment, whether it's video games, anime, movies, and alike, China is either an intended market, or Chinese companies are producing the content, or have a powerful hand in its creation. Because when businesses and celebrities are desperate to please a huge market for their personal gain, they will bend over backwards and do whatever it takes to keep the Chinese companies, and more importantly, the Chinese government controlling those companies, happy. And as you may know, the Chinese government, no bueno. They're not really big on the whole freedom of expression thing or even that silly human rights thing. And regardless of that, the promise of financial gain is way too tempting. And we've seen it time and time again. People like John Cena bending over backwards to keep China happy. I'm pretty sure if he mentions Taiwan again, he's gonna have to get Winnie the Pooh's dick tattooed on his forehead. But the censorship is really bad. I mean, on this channel alone, and keeping it with relevant topics, we've seen their government restrict Chinese citizens' use of video games, ban and remove content from games, ban what they consider effeminate male content in media, blacklist Hololive and threaten Hololive members, ban pretty much any form of anime from outside their country, and many other examples of extreme censorship. Because the goal of the Chinese government is to control what their citizens consume, and consequently, control how they think. But as their economy begins to stutter, Chinese companies have been pushed to open up to a more global market. One of those companies is Bilibili. Bilibili is pretty much like the amalgamation of streaming and shopping sources. It's like if YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, and Disney had like a malformed love child. Point being, it's a very powerful company and backed by the tight grip of the Chinese government. And when it comes to access to entertainment, Bilibili largely controls what Chinese citizens will get. But more recently, Bilibili has opened itself up to the global market and even changed its slogan from Made for China to Made for Global. And part of that shift is what we're talking about today. It now appears that Bilibili wants to make a more aggressive entry into the global anime streaming market. Now, Chinese produced anime is not exactly a new thing, but they were made largely for the Chinese audiences only. This shift to an international audience is something new, and I believe something quite important. In fact, in a recent event, Bilibili unveiled over 50 new Chinese anime titles under their new initiative to target the overseas market. In addition to this, the company has also recently formed ties with who else but Funimation, Netflix, and Sony to bring the Chinese anime overseas, companies that are already known for pushing heavy censorship. So given these developments coupled with the fact that the Chinese companies have heavily invested in Japanese anime studios in the past few months, I don't think it's a stretch to assume that Chinese companies and its government will have a bigger influence on the global anime industry. Now, of course there's benefits to that. I'm sure there's some very high quality anime over there. However, given how Bilibili and the Chinese government operate when it comes to censorship, one has to think how this might impact what is produced or shared outside of China when it comes to anime. Good thing, bad thing, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. But that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.